Hello my friends, welcome to video 84, and today I'm going to tell you about our family Seattle trips. I mentioned this before in some other videos that we like to take road trips, and one of the road trips that we take probably once a year or so is to Seattle. And it's not because we love Seattle for its what it's famously known for, um, the politics or anything like that. We are. I personally really love the city itself. The what the city used to be. But one of the main places that we visit every single time we go to Seattle is the Pike's Market, obviously. And we always go down the stairs to the piers. And that happens, like, if we're in Seattle, those two things will always happen. Uh, Going through the market, it's awesome. I love the river of people there. I love all the things you can look at. We always stop by the peroshki place and get a couple of peroshkis from there. They're definitely not piroshki that I know, but they're good if you buy the right ones. Uh, my favorites are the beef one, or I think it's a beef one, or maybe it's chicken, and then the salmon one. Those are my favorite. The rest of them, I haven't tried all of them, obviously, but I tried a couple other ones. I didn't like it. There was too much bread and not enough filling. Um, and then going down the stairs, um, down toward to where the piers are. That's always a fun thing to do. And then we just walk down the pier. Um, there is an aquarium there that we visit quite well. We used to visit quite often when the kids were little. We actually haven't been there in a few years, but they just now this summer opened a new addition to the aquarium, a huge thing that they built over there that we're looking forward to checking out. Um, the Seattle Space Needle. Um, I think I've been there twice. Once when I was in Seattle for our honeymoon, when we got married, my wife and I went there, and we ate at the restaurant, that revolving restaurant that's under the observation deck. I hear that that restaurant is no longer revolving. I don't know for sure, but that's unfortunate if that is truth. The second time we were there with the kids, and then we tried to go there the third time when we were there during COVID. I think it was in 22, or I think it was in 22, right after COVID. Oh, the spike of COVID kind of went away, but Seattle was still crazy about masks and what, not even masks, with vaccines and stuff. We didn't get vaccines, so they wouldn't let us into the Space Needle. That was I was kind of upset about that. But down on the pier, is it pier or piers? Because there's several piers there. I don't know, whatever. I don't even know what to call it. But you know what I'm talking about. They have aquarium. Then you walk down a bit, and you have one of the piers where the big Ferris wheel is. Uh, there's some places you can get on what is it called? Like a boat that will take you around and show you places. And by the way, what do you think about my setup? Wearing a green shirt with a green background. Yesterday I did a blue shirt with a blue background. I like it. I like the combination. Anyway, and then you have a pier where there's a bunch of little shops and restaurants. And then the other destination that we usually go to is the Ivar's restaurant to get Ivar's famous clam chowder and fried fish. We used to have Ivar's here in Spokane, and then they closed it, and now we don't have it. And it's unfortunate because I can't find anything else that's like it. So anytime we're in Seattle, we stop by over there. And then if you keep walking farther, then you have your ferry that you can take. You can either drive your car onto it. I don't remember how much it cost. It was not too bad. Or you can just walk onto it and take a ride to the Bainbridge Island, or that I think that boat ride is about, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And then you can also take another one that goes all the way somewhere farther. I don't remember where. But I believe that's like an hour and a half or something ride. I might be wrong. I know that this one's considerably longer than the one to Bainbridge. But that's a fun thing to do. The one that's longer, it has like a little restaurant in there. You can get food and go sit and eat. The one that goes to Bainbridge Island does not have food, I don't think. I think it's just, maybe they have a couple of vending machines. What else is there? There's the Queen Anne Hill that we like to drive through. That's a nice old neighborhood that has interesting Victorian looking houses in some places, and just great views of Seattle downtown. We did stay downtown Seattle one time, twice. I stayed there once with my wife on our anniversary. Stayed in a really old hotel. They had a rickety elevator that looked like you have to like wind it up for it to go up. But they did have a window that opened so I could lay there and listen to the sounds of the city. I really like that. The second time we stayed downtown was a couple of years ago. We went down and rented a Airbnb in one of the buildings over there, in one of the condo buildings. I think we stayed on 7th floor, and we had a view of the Space Needle, and man, it's so fun. I really enjoy like looking down at the city at night when there's like all these city sounds and stuff, and I don't know, I can't explain it. You'd have to be there. But so we got this Airbnb that had a balcony, and so we were able to just go out on the balcony and sit there and listen to the sounds of the city. What else is there? They used to have a, what is it? Ugly Duckling boat rides or something like that. Something about a duck. And they had these these military style bus slash boat vehicles that they would do city tours on. So we went on one of those once, and that was fun. They took us into all these interesting places in Seattle that I've never been to. And then they also went into the water and took us around and showed us stuff. And then, like a few years later, um, they had some sort of a big accident with one of those boats where I believe it sank or something. I don't remember what happened, but they closed them down. And I don't think they have them anymore over there. Um, we did take a picture in front of it, so our family and with that duck boat behind us. That was cool. Um, I hear there's also a Seattle Underground tour that you can take that I've never been to. I don't know if I'm interested in it. I don't want to walk around in the dusty underground. But I hear there's like old city down there, so maybe somebody would be interested in that. They do have a gum wall. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's right, like if you're walking towards the Pike's Market, the very left or the southern part of it, the southern entrance. If you go to the left and enter the well, where the entrance of the market is on the left, there's a little ramp that goes down right to the right of it. And if you go down that ramp and to the left, if you look on the walls on the left and on the right, you'll see that there's like millions and millions of used gum stuck to the wall. Um, it is really disgusting, but it's also very fascinating to see how much gum there is stuck to the wall. The history of that is that there used to be some kind of a theater or a concert hall there, and people would stand in line before the doors opened, and they would stand in line over there, and they would stick gum on the wall. And before you know it, people would just start sticking gum on there just because there's already gum on there. And then visitors came and started sticking gum on there because it became a thing. And there was so much gum on the wall that they had to take it all off. They had to pressure wash it and get it all off because it was deteriorating the brick. And I think it's the sugar in the gum. I don't know what it was, but literally, we go to Seattle maybe once a year, maybe once every couple of years, and we were there and there was gum. And then we heard that it got all taken down. And then the next time we went down there again, it was all full again. But this time, I think all the gum has that fake sugar in it that doesn't deteriorate the brick. Or maybe they sealed it, I don't know. So that was interesting to see. What else is there? Oh, yeah, so last time we were in Seattle, we parked in one of the hotel parking lots. I think it was on like on 5th Street. And then we walked down Pike Street down to Pike's Market. And that was the worst experience I've ever had in Seattle. That street was just littered with homeless people and people doing drugs, and it was upsetting to see that happening to Seattle. Seattle's always been one of my cities that I would like to at some point to live in, just for a short time. Like I'd want to go and live there for a month, right downtown, and just enjoy that lifestyle where it's like busy and there's people everywhere, and you live in one of these high rises with a beautiful view. I don't know. It'll never happen, but it's one of the things that I was dreaming about when I was younger. One of the videos before that I posted was about me living in Seattle for a month. that's when I fell in love with Seattle. Ever since then, it's like been, man, I've always wanted to move down there. No longer. I don't want to do that anymore, obviously, but because the city is no longer what it used to be for living. But I still remember the the feeling I had about moving down there. Um, what else is there? There is a place somewhere. I don't even know where this was. We saw this when we were on the duck ride. There's a little restaurant. I think it might be a Greek restaurant or some kind of a authentic restaurant from I don't know, some Mediterranean restaurant. But they have a statue of Lenin, of Vladimir Lenin, standing in front of their restaurant, and it's got to be like 25, 30 feet tall, and it's like it's a full statue of Lenin, and his right hand is painted red, so it's some kind of a art. But I heard the story about it that it was really hard to get it into United States, and then they wouldn't allow them to put it up, so it was in some storage for a while. But somehow they were able to put it up. That was weird to see. Yeah, so that's our adventures in Seattle. Another thing is parking. Like when you go down there for a trip, it seems daunting to drive through downtown, but then also to find parking. But every time we go, I'm able to easily find parking. Like there's parking lots, private parking lots near Pike's Market that are available. They're obviously super expensive. I think there's like, I don't know, $30 for the day, which is really not that expensive for Seattle. But or like I said, we found a parking garage where we were able to park. I don't remember what we paid, but probably about the same amount. And it wasn't that far; it was walking distance. So parking is not a problem. You just need to look around some, and you'll find it. One time, we went down from the Pikes Market area down to the pier, and you have to walk down, I don't know what, maybe 5 stories down. 5 stories equivalent of steps going down to the pier. And then that's all fine and dandy, but you got to get back up there. And so going up is always a challenge. It's a lot of steps to go up. And one time, my wife and I, this was a couple of years ago, we walked down the pier. And if you come back where you came from Pike's Market, they have these steps, and then there's a platform, and then there's some more steps, another platform. So you kind of gradually go up. And then there's a street, and then you cross the street, and there's some more steps. But we were kind of in the middle, and we saw a one single stairs going all the way up. And I knew this was going to be a challenge, but we did go. And in about the middle, there's a little landing, and it's like a metal steps that go from the bottom all the way up, like 5 floors. And I almost died. Like you walk up these stairs, and there's nowhere to stop because there's people everywhere, and you have to go all the way to the middle of it to even get off the out of the way so you can stop. That was not easy. So then this last time we were there with my wife, we were talking about going back up. And when we were done walking around the pier, I actually called an Uber, and I didn't tell my wife. we were walking towards a van that was ready there for us. And she was like, "Where are we going? Why are we getting in the van?" Anyway, so he took us up the street and over back to Pike's Market. I think it took maybe 4 minutes but it was only 13 bucks. So it was well worth it not having to go up those stairs. Um, yeah, that's it. That's my Seattle story for you. It's worth going for a road trip if you are strong enough to ignore all the druggies and homeless people everywhere, because there is things to see and there is things to experience there if you can just be strong enough to just ignore all this garbage. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe, and thank you so much. I will see you in tomorrow's video.